for the UNESCO St. Martin, Key Achievements 2023. The visibility and understanding of UNESCO in St. Martin continued to grow in 2023. Several collaborative projects were executed by St. Martin National Commission for UNESCO with various organizations, schools, and individuals in the community. The generosity of UNESCO in approving 4 projects via the participation program allowed teachers to receive professional development and permitted schools to acquire instructional materials to enhance student learning and provided opportunities for safeguarding and transmitting of St. Martin cultural heritage. The general care management meetings, that was already done, 19, 20, 21. Now we look at the policy priorities of 2024. Our first priority focus on improving a qualitative and sustainable education system through the development of legal and policy frameworks as prioritized in the governing program and the country reform package for the Education Joint Action Plan. Secondly, to restore access to safe and adequate education, sport, and cultural facilities, and enhancement of the infrastructure through the trust fund financing projects. And thirdly, to enhance the resilience of vulnerable youth, students, and staff in the various sectors through the trust fund finance projects of the Foster Resilience Learning Project and the Child Resilience and Protection projects. Fourth and lastly, also to protect and promote the natural, tangible, and intangible cultural heritage and a strong shared cultural identity. We look at policy priorities for 2024. In the structural support for the NSI to maintain facilities and execute programs, structural support for the Little League Association, support for the various developments around the repairs of the sport facilities and school gyms, namely like the replacement of artificial turf at the Rawalelage, the replacement of the athletic track at Rawalelage, the installation of new lights. I think I went wrong. New lights at Jose Lake Ballpark. For the ballpark, we have had improved professional environment for development of all professionals working with children and like teachers, caregivers, youth leaders, and coaches, and opportunities. When we look at the overall comparison of the budget of 2024 versus 2023, we see an overall comparison between the 2023 budget and the preliminary expenses versus our draft 2024 budget. This shows that our approved budget for 2023 had a total of 113,992,037 guilders, and the preliminary figures show that a total expenses paid in 2023 amounted to 115,682,974. Please note that currently the financial statements for 2023 is being compiled, and these figures mentioned are preliminary figures. The Ministry of ECYS expenses in the draft budget of 2024 totals 121,869,154 guilders. We look at the revenue categories of the ministry. The revenue budgeted in 2023 was $122,184 and consisted only of examination fees. 98,896 guilders was collected in 2023 for examination fees. We then look at expenses per category. In this overview, the expenses are broken down into 3 economic categories and compared budget 2023. Amended the budget 2023 versus expenses of 2023 versus a draft budget of 2024. The capital expenditures. The capital expenditures for 2024, we have the coverage of Dr. Martin Luther King Playground, $350,000, expansion/renovation of the John Lamini Center Phase 2, $2 million, upgrading of LB Scott Sport Auditorium / Stadium Floodlights System, Rawalele Sports Complex, $2,242,365. Then we have, for the completion of the construction of Prince William Alexander School, $1,350,000, and also for the construction of a high school for Charlotte Brookson Academy, $12,100,000. The network upgrades and expansion, we have $200,000, and the equipment for SMVTS new equipment, that is for the St. Martin Vocational Training School, $500,000 for new equipment. And then for study loans, we have $5,280,000.
For all of life's twists, turns, and defining moments, RBC is a blend for all of you.
SXM, your social and health insurance is SXM, your social and health insurance is.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah, your social and health insurance is.
Earlier this month, I presented this esteemed body of Parliament with a status update on the trust fund projects, our reform measures, and both the internal and foreign affairs portfolio. During this presentation, or these presentations, this one, I will touch on other crucial items for the Ministry of General Affairs. Additionally, before I go into the specifics, Madam Chair, I would like to remind this Parliament of the development and launch of the first National Development Plan in 2021. Central to this endeavor was fostering a national vision through inclusive participation. This involved extensive engagement with the community through social dialogue sessions and alignment with the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs. St. Martin, like other small island developing states, faces challenges such as susceptibility to economic shocks, environmental fragility, and the impacts of climate change. The resulting vision, the NDV, Growing Stronger Together, comprises 3 overarching themes: a united and compassionate St. Martin, a strong and resilient economy, and a safe, secured, decisive, and independent nation, each with 25 corresponding national goals. These goals underscore a collective commitment to transforming St. Martin into a resilient, economically self-sustaining nation that enhances the quality of life and the well-being for future generations. The envisioned future entails a resilient community of educated and productive individuals in a socially and economically sustainable environment characterized by safety, justice, integrity, and a robust economy. This shared vision, crafted by the people of St. Martin through their engagement, serves as a guiding framework and forms the basis for policy considerations for this budget of general affairs. From this page, we will see that the objective, the content of this presentation will be focused on the objective and core task of the Ministry of General Affairs, key achievements and continuation for the policy priorities for 2024, overall budget comparison, 23-24, revenue, expenses, capital investments, and concluding remarks. The objectives of the Ministry of General Affairs. Considered as a driver of government, the Ministry of General Affairs is responsible for national development, for internal as well as operational development, and external representation of St. Martin. The ministry's objective and core tasks contribute to this responsibility. In such doing, the ministry operates in an environment influenced by internal, external factors, including factors on kingdom, regional, and national level. The objective of the Ministry of General Affairs is therefore to represent the internal affairs of our country in the field of internal and kingdom relations, foreign affairs, legal affairs and legislation, personnel, policies, IT, communication, public and internal services, program and project management, and the funds that we need to raise to be able to execute these. The core task of the Ministry of General Affairs are outlined in the organizational decree of the Ministry, AB 2010, number 10, and the core tasks are to coordinate, advise, and support on the process towards a general government policy, the preparation, publication, and management of the laws and regulations of St. Martin, including responsibility for legal advising, national security, disaster management, as well as the development of and the integration and implementation of our foreign relations policies. Also to create an effective, efficient, trustworthy, and client-friendly service to the government organization, to our business sector, to our citizens in general, as well as to organizations that make up the community of St. Martin, as well as to communicate externally pertaining to government's policy in general. Some key achievements in 2023 that we would like to see roll over into 2024 and beyond are under human resource management, which is crucial for the capacity building that has been mentioned over and under throughout all the things that we have been trying to execute over these past years as a serious challenge, and the strengthening of our organization to be able to carry out our developmental needs as well as our wishes and goals. This is important precondition for our national development. For this important initiative, the program called It's All About the People was designed with therein the following program lines. 1, strengthening the HR cycle. HR cycle training is currently being provided on management level. Information is also being digitalized to create more efficiency, and function books and job descriptions are being reviewed and improved upon. Also, a strategic personnel policy. The department has already prepared a revised onboarding program for incoming personnel and is currently addressing several policies. While we are on this point, Madam Chair, I would like to update the members of Parliament that Government of St. Martin will be participating this year in the National Career Fair in the Netherlands, which takes place this Friday and Saturday. Government's participation aligns with the strategic approach of the Department of Personnel and Organization with enhancing opportunities in the workforce and developing and engaging in awareness building and employment enhancement within the organization. Whilst in the Netherlands, the possibility of allowing for additional one-on-one orientation talks with interested persons outside of the allotted days of the National Career Fair, fostering the opportunity to gather more information on the expectation and needs of the prospective candidates will be pursued. In addition, the personnel advisors will be partaking in a scheduled visit to the St. Martin House in The Hague for a meet and greet session between March 26th and 28th. Also, the job descriptions, etc., have already been shared so that prospective candidates can start to prepare and make appointments. So I encourage all those within the Netherlands to look forward to this opportunity. On the training and development, specifically in the area of legal proficiencies, the P&O department is currently working on a project plan to enable structural internal certified training and as such development of the organization. Discussions are also ongoing together with our partners in the kingdom here in the Caribbean, Aruba and Curacao, on this topic. A project manager has been hired to implement a plan of action, to strengthen legislative capacity.
Your social and health insurance is your social and health insurances.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
Your social and health insurances.
For all of life's twists, turns, and defining moments, RBC is a blend for all of you.
"59 children from the Haitian Children Orphanage will arrive in Jamaica tomorrow. This follows an agreement between the Mustard Seed Communities and private children charities in Haiti. The Mustard Seed Communities, which will be providing care for the children, says the process was facilitated by the Ministries of Health, National Security, and Foreign Affairs. The internationally recognized charity says it is working to ensure the French-speaking children are safe and comfortable. Since June last year, discussions had been ongoing for the children to be transferred to Jamaica since after 3 died amid escalating violence. Now, efforts were blocked by the Haitian government, citing safety concerns. The Haiti Children Orphanage is in the midst of several heavily armed warring gangs. The co-founder of the orphanage said the gangs cut off safe passage, kidnapped staff, and invaded the facility, threatening to, quote, put the kids out of their misery, end quote.
At just 19 years old, Mario Francis has already left an indelible mark on his team members, hotel staff, and management. So much so, he has earned the People's Choice Award. It's an achievement made more remarkable by the fact that he has Down syndrome. The young man started at Sandals through an attachment from his former school, Ann Hill.
In 2002, we reached out because we really wanted to include the differences, whether it is nationality, ability. So we reached out to St. Anne's Hill School, and Demario was their exceptional adult student, and they recommended him. He was able to pass the interview, and he entered the hospitality training program. In that program, Demario did exceptionally well, and he was able to gain a temporary status in the laundry, replacing sick leaves and vacations and what's not. And he went on to do even better. Past his probationary period, he continued to excel.
He's a shy guy who, once he gets to know you, opens up and can be the life of the party. He also pays lots of attention to detail and time.
5 o'clock or let's not early. 5 o'clock or let's early.
Come work tomorrow for 12 o'clock. What time is lunch?
5. You get an early time. Yeah. 4:05, yeah, that's early.
Team leader Yvette Padmore says once Demario's tasks are done, he will pitch in and help in other areas.
Mario works very well. He's very friendly. He press, he dry, he wash, he does everything. He's very, very nice.
So you don't ever have to say to him, you're slowing down, you're lagging?
Nothing like that. He's always ready.
He also loves to cook.
I have butter, I pray, I dog.
The hotel has an inclusion policy. Wendy Burke, CBC News.